Looking for the knockout against Crawford.
I think every fighter looking for the knockout. If they say no, they are lying. He feels the power, he feels everything. It's gonna be the same.
There's no way Crawford can hurt you.
We need to be very focused and be careful. Anybody can carry you, right? But if you're smart and you know how to box and everything, it's very difficult. Two of the best pound for pound is gonna face each other. Yeah, he's gonna find out September 13th is way different.
Canelo Alvarez has just sent out a harsh message aimed at Terence Crawford just days before their highly anticipated fight. Canelo explained that he has been in similar situations many times throughout his career, but he believes this upcoming bout will stand as the biggest event in boxing history. He said, "The whole world will be watching and expects the match to bring in a new wave of fans to the sport."
Not feel the same, but for me, I'm being in this position, in this situation a lot of times. I think it's gonna be the biggest fight in the history of boxing because everybody's gonna watch it. A new audience is gonna watch.
Canelo also mentioned that he hopes there will not be any unnecessary movement during the fight. He said he does not see Crawford as a runner, calling him a real boxer who fights differently, which he respects and appreciates.
Do you have any concern that there's going to be any running in this fight?
I hope not. I think Crawford is not that kind of fighter. He's a different. He boxes. And I like that.
However, he warned that every fighter steps into the ring looking to score a knockout and said anyone denying that is not being truthful.
Looking for the knockout against Crawford.
I think every fighter looking for the knockout. If they say no, they are lying.
Furthermore, Canelo stated that once Crawford feels his punching power, he will realize the reality of the situation. He explained that as long as he stays sharp and focused, Crawford will struggle to hurt him. Canelo said anyone can be caught, but with intelligence, proper boxing skills, and focus, it is very hard to let that happen.
He feels the power, he feels everything. It's gonna be the same.
There's no way Crawford can hurt you.
We need to be very focused and be careful. Anybody can carry you, right? But if you're smart and you know how to box and everything, it's very difficult.
He went on to say he's unsure how much Crawford's strength will matter on fight night, but he knows Crawford is skilled, intelligent, and disciplined, and he respects that. However, Canelo added that he carries those same qualities.
Two of the best pound for pound is gonna face each other. Yeah, he's gonna find out September 13th is way different.
Canelo lastly emphasized that he only speaks the truth and never lies about his opponents, so he said Crawford has faced good fighters before, but there is a big gap between good and elite. He stated that two of the best pound-for-pound fighters will meet in the ring, and on September 13th, Crawford will see the real difference.
I don't say anything like I'm lying or he faced maybe good fighters, but there's a difference between good fighters and elite fighters.
I'ma just keep it real. I'm hunting him. I'm hunting everything that he got.
Two of the best pound for pound is gonna face each other. Yeah, he's gonna find out September 13th is way different.
Meanwhile, Shane Mosley said the matchup between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford will begin on even terms because Crawford is a high-level fighter, but he feels the size gap will eventually favor Canelo. He explained that once the changes begin, Canelo's power at that weight could be enough to catch Crawford, though he acknowledged that anything can happen since Crawford is also capable of landing a decisive punch.
Canelo versus Crawford coming up very soon. Who do you got for that one? How do you see it going?
It's going to be a great fight in the beginning because Crawford is a great fighter as well. I think that the size difference is going to be too much for Crawford. I think that once they start mingling and battling, I think that Canelo might be able to get Crawford. But anything can happen. I mean, Crawford can catch him on chin too. I mean, it's not like it's a for sure thing. It just seems that Canelo has speed and his power at that weight, so it's gonna be hard for Crawford to do anything, I think.
Sean Potter describes the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford as an exciting clash of styles, but does not expect it to swing back and forth. He predicted it would lean heavily in one direction. Potter mentioned that Crawford has repeatedly proven he can make changes during a fight, whereas Canelo is often stuck to the same style. However, he added that Canelo has shown the ability to adapt when the situation demands it.
I just think it's a beautiful style contrast. It's not the same, but it's different. It's the same, but it's different from your fight. Their style contrast is different because they don't have the same style, and it's like one is gonna clash and one is gonna get the better of the other. I don't think this fight's gonna be a back and forth situation. I think it's gonna go one way or the other.
Really? So super one-sided?
Super one-sided. I don't think that.
Okay.
Obviously, we know the one who has the ability to make adjustments is Crawford.
Yeah.
We have literally never ever seen Canelo do anything else. He's not gonna sit back and catch and counter. He's not gonna come up. He's not gonna do anything different. You know what I mean? So I think if Canelo starts to do this, but yes, he does have the ability to change some things.
Sean,
to get going back the other way.
Fernando Vargas Jr. predicted that Terence Crawford may trouble Canelo Alvarez early on, but expects the fight to become more difficult as it progresses. He believes Canelo has the tools to stop Crawford around the 10th or 11th round.
You've seen Canelo pick people up and just get frustrated. So I think it's going to be a tough fight, but I feel Canelo, he should stop him 10th, 11th round, in my opinion.
Why stop him?
Diego Pacheco expressed excitement for the matchup, saying he admires both fighters. He suggested Crawford could win a decision if the fight lasted the full distance, but if a knockout happens, it would most likely come from Canelo.
That's a very, very good fight. You know, two great fighters. I grew up admiring them my whole life, you know, so I'm excited for that fight. I think Crawford is a hell of a fighter. You know, if it goes the distance, he might be able to get that decision win. But I think if there's a knockout, then it might be Canelo who's getting the knockout win. But I'm ready to watch the fight. You know, I'm going to be a fan, a big fan that night, and just be rooting for both guys. You know, they're both great fighters.
Lawrence King, one of Canelo's sparring partners, forecasted a potential stoppage win for Canelo, but noted that a draw could be possible from a business standpoint if it goes to the scorecards. He questioned Crawford's ability to handle the jump in weight, yet expects a strong showing from both fighters.
I think Canelo's gonna win, but I tell everybody, man, as a business standpoint, I think it's gonna be a draw if it goes the distance. But I see Canelo getting the stoppage. I don't think Crawford's gonna carry that weight well. Even if he did put on weight, I don't think that was a good idea, especially coming up from a smaller guy. But you know, it's gonna be a great fight. Two brains in the ring. It's gonna be a good fight.
Brian Norman Jr. voiced his support for Crawford, saying he likes to root for the underdog. He acknowledged that Crawford is older, naturally smaller, and still regarded by some as a 140-pounder, but he wants to see him overcome these odds.
I'm gonna go with Crawford simply because I love going for the underdog. He got everything going against him, and I just want to see him. He's older. He's naturally smaller. Some people say he's still a natural 140-pounder. Everything is against him. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to see a win because of all of that.
Ryan Garcia shared that he expects Crawford to land punches, but doubts they will have a much impact on Canelo. He said Canelo's pressure would likely neutralize Crawford's offense and called Crawford one of the most skilled fighters he has seen, yet felt this challenge may be too much. He added that Crawford has been hit hard before, which could become a factor against Canelo's power.
Crawford Canelo ride. Keep it a stack. This is the fight of the century. Everybody's talking.
I know.
How do you see it, man?
Man, I really see I see that Bud is gonna do good. He's gonna do good. But I don't think he's gonna win. But I do see Bud like getting a lot of punches off, being able to tag Canelo with some good shots, but they have no effect. That's the thing. Like, I know he's gonna be able to hit Canelo because I've seen Canelo in sparring where he like, not that he's getting hit. Well, he is getting hit, but it's so ineffective that what he's doing is just he imposing himself too well, and I see that happening. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, Crawford is a great fighter. I think he's one of the best. I just think that he's biting a little bit more than he could chew. But you never know. If anybody can do it, it could be Crawford. You know, I do see him like when he fights. I'm like, damn, how do you beat this guy? You know, he could do it all. He could box. He could bang. He could, you know, step on the gas when he needs to. He could, you know, he could do everything. The only thing I see is sometimes he gets cracked with some crazy ass shots. But other than that, I mean, he's really one of the most complete fighters I've seen in my life.
Robert Garcia discussed the fight, recognizing the size gap as a key factor, but praising Crawford's intelligence and speed. He noted that Canelo has relied more on single shots recently instead of sustained pressure. Garcia thinks Crawford could win a decision by using his movement and timing, but doubts he can stop Canelo.
What are your thoughts on Canelo versus Crawford? Highly anticipated fight, quickly approaching.
You know, I know a lot of people are not very excited about that fight, and you know they think the size difference, huge difference, but Crawford's big, man. Crawford's a very strong fighter. He's a very smart fighter also. So look, the way Canelo's been fighting his last couple of fights, you know, where he's just, you know, looking for one punch at a time and maybe not doing enough to hurt his opponents, maybe not doing enough to finish them off. I could see Crawford pulling it off.
Decision?
I think Crawford could pull off a decision because he's fast, he's smart, and he doesn't need to run. He could stay around Canelo and just pretty much focus on winning a decision. Because I don't think he could knock out Canelo, but he could definitely win a decision.
Danny Garcia said Canelo is nearly unbeatable at 168 pounds, calling the division his natural and dominant weight class. He believes Canelo's strength and experience make him the favorite and that only David Benavidez might truly challenge him there.
At 168, I just can't see nobody beating Canelo at that weight. That's his weight. You know, he beat everybody at that weight. Like, that's his weight. Like, that's perfect weight for Canelo. So, Canelo faced probably better competition. He's going to be the bigger guy, stronger. So, if they fought each other right now at 168, you know, Crawford got the skills, but I'll probably go with Canelo. Because I really can't see. Oh, besides Benavidez, that's probably the only guy that could probably beat Canelo on 168. But I can't see nobody else beating Canelo on 168. That's his weight.
Tim Bradley warned how dangerous Canelo is at super middleweight, saying his toughness, power, and ability to control fights make him a nightmare for most challengers. He emphasized that trying to go straight at Canelo's in this weight class often leads to defeat.
A little bit of me moving forward. That's what scares me about the Canelo fight, to be honest with you. Because
he ain't gonna back down. He ain't gonna back down.
No,
no,
he's not.
He ain't
He's not gonna back, and he's tough. And that's what scares me about that fight, because you don't need to be training with that bull. Like, I know you're strong, but that dude is naturally strong, and he's been at this weight class for a very long time. So he's acclimated. You're not. You don't need to be trading with this guy at all, regardless of how the fight is going.
Sebastian Fundora backed Canelo, pointing to his dominance and experience at 168 pounds. He said Crawford's jump from 147 is a big leap that few fighters manage successfully, and expects Canelo's size and comfort at the weight to give him the edge.
I have Canelo. Canelo's more comfortable at 168. He's going to fight again for undisputed for a second time at 168. So this is nothing uncomfortable to him. Terence Crawford's a great fighter, and of course we're starting to see that he can probably make 168 naturally. But again, it's a different division. 147, 168, two different divisions.
Kevin Cunningham expressed belief in Crawford's skills and adaptability, saying he has the intelligence to find flaws in Canelo's time. He expects Crawford to mix aggression with technical boxing, applying pressure carefully to earn Canelo's respect while looking for opportunities to outthink him.
Can Terence Crawford pull this off?
He definitely can. He has the ability to pull it off for sure. Now, it's going to be a tough task. You're talking about Canelo Alvarez, one of the greatest fighters ever. So I think Terence is special, you know, and it's going to take it takes a special fighter to move up multiple weight classes and still dominate. And I think Terence Crawford has the ability, not to say he'll dominate Canelo Alvarez, but I think he's special enough to where he can find a way to expose Canelo's flaws and pull it off. I just think he's a special enough fighter, and he's gifted enough, and he's smart enough to win a boxing match with Canelo Alvarez. I think what you'll see with Terence is a boxer. But he's also going to try to beat up. He's going to get the respect of Canelo Alvarez. Yeah, he's going to box, but he's going to get his respect too, and he's going to be smart about it. You know, so I think he can. I really think Terence can pull this off.
Bob Arm also highlighted the weight gap, saying it will be a major factor. He praised Canelo's accomplishments, but slightly leaned toward Crawford due to his more versatile skill set, though he admitted size could ultimately decide the fight.
Or is it just 50-50?
It's very, very hard because of the difference in weight. I would think that if I had to bet the fight, that I would bet Terence, because Terence has more skills than Canelo. but he's giving away a lot of weight, a lot of real weight. So that matters. But again, Terence is a tremendously skilled fighter. So is Canelo, a very skilled fighter. But he doesn't have the same skill set as Terence does.
Jaron Boutsanis raised concerns about Crawford adding around 14 pounds, saying the extra weight might slow him down and affect his agility until he adjusts to the new division.
You said how difficult is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little difficult because you got to, what are you going to have to put on, like an extra 14 pounds? So he might be a little slower, or who knows, he could be faster. I don't know. Like, it's just, you got to add more weight and gain more muscle and stuff like that, moving up in weight and things like that. So it's a little harder, but I don't know. You know, we'll see on fight night how he'll look.
Jim Lampley said Crawford could pull off the upset if he relies on speed, footwork, and quick combinations to control the fight, but it will require high stamina and discipline throughout.
You get out, get in, do damage, get out, and keep doing it over and over. It's an exhausting way to fight. You've got to have the conditioning to do it. But if Terence has the right conditioning, and he has never been under condition, he's always been in great shape. If Terence has the right condition and can get in and get out, oh heck yes, he has a chance to beat Canelo Alvarez.
Bruce Carrington backed Crawford as well, saying his defense and movement could force Canelo to chase him. He warned Crawford to be wary of Canelo's right hand, especially when fighting southpaw, but predicted that if the bout goes to the judges, Crawford's boxing could earn him a decision win.
I'm going for Bud, 100%. Yeah. And I think that Bud has a huge chance of winning. His style is just, something that is going to be a huge problem for Canelo Alvarez. I feel like he has good enough feet to make Canelo have to run to him. I feel like he has good form and discipline with his defense. Good enough. Because sometimes Bud, he has little lapses. But, and we've seen it in the Majimov fight. That what I would want Bud to look out for is that dip straight right hand when he's in a southpaw stance. If that comes at him from Canelo Alvarez, because he was caught by that a few times with Majimov. Whenever he would throw his right jab, Majimov would duck to his right and then throw his straight right hand and catch him straight on the line. And I noticed that Canelo is pretty good with that when it comes to fighting southpaw fighters. He dropped Austin Trout with that same shot. Canelo's naturally bigger than Crawford. He packs a punch. He was a champion at 175. So if he's able to affect guys at that weight class, he's able to affect guys that's, his size or smaller. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's who's going to come with the best game plan. But I feel like naturally, Bud has a chance to win for sure.
So what's the most realistic scenario you think plays out in the fight?
Bud by decision.
Teddy Atlas said Terence Crawford could win because Canelo Alvarez's recent fights show decline. He questioned Canelo's hunger, hinted he may have been overrated, and recalled debates over his first Gennady Golovkin fight and clear loss to Floyd Mayweather, noting Canelo was already an experienced pro then.
Oh yeah, I could see Crawford winning. And why? Well, Canelo's last performance, real quick, what could it be? I already went over this. You want to hear it in a deeper breakdown? Canelo, he's either old man time, that undefeated guy, he finally caught up to him. He's made so much money that the urgency's not there, the fire's not there. At least it wasn't there a week ago. Oh my God, I'm gonna say this one, maybe he's a little overrated. I listen, you can make the argument that he lost the first Triple G, but you can make the argument he lost to Lara. He did lose to Mayweather. You can make the argument he was too young in his career. Maybe. Although it wasn't that young. He turned pro when he was 15 or 16. He was 23. He was already pro for how many years?
Amir Khan described Crawford as mentally strong, fearless, and relentless when focused, and he recalled Crawford handling bigger opponents in sparring and said people underestimate his strength and toughness compared to Canelo's perceived power.
I know Crawford well enough where the guy is so mentally strong, and when he sticks to one thing and he's focused, he's a killing machine. Honestly, I've been there with him, you know what I mean? And I've seen him when he's triggers, you don't want to switch that. you don't want to have that switch because the guy is an animal and he has no fear. With us, we were nice guys, you know what I mean? We were a little bit more nicer than him when I was a fighter myself. He's total opposite to me. He's a proper killer, bro. Like, he don't give a damn. He's one of them, like, just let's go to war.
You saw him spar bigger guys as well?
Yeah, I mean, look, he had sparring heavier guys, but I've seen him wrestling more heavier guys, really. And boxing, yeah, but wrestling heavier guys and taking them down. Like, bro, making them scream. Honestly, we were doing that. Now, that's why when people said to me, Canelo's stronger, but I don't know if Canelo, yeah, stronger at punching maybe, but at that body weight, that strength, that core strength, Crawford's a beast. People are gonna see, people not gonna expect that from Crawford.
And that's it for today's video. So what are your thoughts on this? What do you think about Canelo versus Crawford upcoming clash? Would love to hear your thoughts on this, so share your thoughts in the comment section and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video. Also, check out our other videos on the screen right now.